Our trip to Africa was really exciting. I'm not sure what I expected to see. I think the most impactful thing that I saw was the children. There were just so many children. And the poverty that they just seemed to find as a natural part of life was, to me, devastating. But to see them continue to smile through that was very powerful.
I felt sad. I mean, they had no beds to sleep on. All they slept on was concrete, and a lot of them had no moms and dads, and they didn't have enough money to afford medication. It just made me feel sad, and it made me realize that maybe we are the ones suffering. We have so much, and we keep wanting more and more and more, and it just becomes a cycle. Suddenly, after we came back from Africa, my cousin died. He was only 15, and at his memorial, what came to my heart was how they talked about how he went on mission trips and how he went and he encouraged people in basketball and at school, and he also just made a difference. And it made me realize that that's the person that I want to be.
After we got back from Africa, Hudson was playing in a local tournament, and he was actually having a really bad time. He didn't do too well. We had a break. We were walking to the car, and I just told him, you know, you're never going to be pleased with yourself if you're playing this sport for yourself. And I said, Hudson, why don't you play for those kids? And he did, and he said after the game, that felt good, Mom. It felt really good. And what started out as just a thought became an idea of us making a difference for those that aren't as fortunate, for the orphan, for the at-risk child. Play with Purpose is a program that encourages athletes to look past themselves, use their passion and their power to make a difference, to use their talents to go out and get sponsorships for whatever sport they're playing in, and use those sponsorship dollars to benefit orphans and local at-risk children. For example, last year we did a trial run. Hudson decided to try to get sponsors for his national basketball tournament. He asked maybe 10 different people, and they decided to sponsor him so many dollars per stat. That's per point, rebound, steal, block, and assist. One tournament, he raised $833. Just think if his entire team had participated in that. We would have raised over $8,000 for orphans in that one tournament. Think about if we had 10 teams participate, 100 teams participate. Think if we have 100 teams participate and Play with Purpose, then we can raise $1 million in one tournament. Imagine if we had all different types of sports: football, soccer, baseball, volleyball. You know how us Americans are. We love sports. And what we recognized is that this passion for sports, even at a very early age, could be used to drive our youth to make a difference in their world, to be empowered to realize that they can do something good. The really neat thing about our program is that there are so many different ways that you can be involved. You can sponsor the local kid that plays a sport on your street. You can do a corporate sponsorship. You can sponsor a tournament. The vision for us is to reach thousands of children, to reach thousands of disadvantaged kids, kids that don't have moms or dads that give them hugs, kids that are at risk with bleak futures. They need someone to care about them. And not only reach those that are disadvantaged, but reach our daughters and our sons, those kids that are privileged, and empower them to make a difference. Won't you join this brave 12-year-old and invest in our future generation and make a difference in this world? We need your support. Prayerfully consider supporting Play with Purpose.